Folks, if you've been pulled over here in the state of Florida, there are some things a cop's gonna say to you that your day is about to get worse, potentially. I'm gonna tell you how to respond to these officers. And that sinking feeling statement that I'm talking about is that cop that comes to your window and says, "I smell weed." What does "I smell weed" really mean? Because what it really means is it's legal speak, folks, for I'm about to search your car and I'm about to search everyone in your car. Because in the state of Florida, at least the vast majority of the state of Florida, the odor of cannabis allows the officer to search your person, your purse, everywhere around you, everywhere in the car, because it's probable cause that the officer believes a crime is being committed, that crime being possession of marijuana, right? I want to tell you how you could shut this down, because you can shut this down potentially. This phrase is legal speak for like a fishing expedition. And look, for those single people out there, if you're in a bar or you're in a social setting and that guy comes up to you, or girl, most likely guy, comes up and says, "Are you married?" You know, somehow that question comes up. Well, you might want to shut down that line of questioning, or you might welcome it, I don't know. But let's say you want to shut that down and you really don't need to go in that direction with that person. Here's how you shut down "I smell weed." First of all, you tell the officer, "I don't recognize any odor. I don't consent to any search. And I'm not gonna talk to you about it." All right, those three things, because that statement can lead to a search if you admit any sort of thing. Now, I'm gonna give you a little wrinkle though, and this is an important wrinkle. That wrinkle is we now have medical marijuana in the state of Florida. And the problem with the cop telling you, "Hey, I smell the odor of weed," is like, well, I really didn't feel like giving up my medical treatment and talking to some random officer about my medical problems, but now you're in a position where you might want to. It's up to you. In that case, I'm gonna modify the phrase, and you could say, "Officer, I don't recognize any odor and I don't consent to a search. I'm a qualified medical marijuana patient here in Florida." Now at that point, the officer can start asking you more questions. Now you're gonna have to follow up, and I recommend you say, "Look, officer, I'm not gonna discuss my health care with you, and I don't consent to any search, and I don't even recognize the odor that you're talking about." So you're gonna have to keep repeating those sorts of things. Sometimes that level of honesty with the officer and that level of being firm after hearing that phrase, "I smell weed," you are going to be able to drive away from that incident without having your car torn apart by canines and torn apart for the next several hours, because you have places to be and people to see. So I hope that you guys will remain safe out there. I hope this doesn't happen to you. If it does, I hope you'll remember a few things that we talked about today. Take care.